Hey there chaps and chapettes, Roddy Jumpers here. First off, I have gone to this Swedish furniture shop that my poor friend switched me on to. I have to say, wasn't overly impressed. I mean, the entire thing, they herd you through like cattle. It's very much like being at some sort of furniture identity parade. You just sort of follow the arrows on the floor and then pick out the thing that you want, and then you have to go and get it yourself, which, unless I'm very much mistaken, invalidates the purpose of the common shop worker. Although I suppose it must save them on labour costs. Certainly saves them on having to decorate half of the bally shop, but there we go. Overall, I was not impressed, but I did come away with something that I hope will allow me to store more of my general possessions in the bathroom area. I dislike the stereotype that all upper class, fairly effete gentlemen have a certain amount of bathroom products which are somehow deemed unmanly. I mean, after all, one has one's money, one gets to spend one's money as one wants, and if one wants to look fucking fantastic while doing it, then of course one needs a certain amount of hygiene and cosmetic products, and those are kept in the bathroom. I don't understand why everyone has this taboo about gentlemen buying cosmetic products, but there we go. Now I'm going to construct this shelf unit thing in the hopes that it will provide me with some more storage space. So you get to watch. So here we are. One thing I did rather appreciate about the place was that it gave all of them rather fetching Swedish names, although I'm sure they probably mean something like, can you believe this idiot paid 20 quid for this thing, but here we go. This is a Keglin, which I believe was the name of a girl I dated once, but I could be incorrect. Well, we have some plastic things. Seems fairly straightforward. Yes. I'm sure it's all there, it's fine. These and aha. Aha, right. Not one of these. These. Right. These are what we need. These go in here. Go in here. Ha. There we go. See, it just takes a little bit of tough love and brute strength. This one uses this. This goes there. Yes, it does. Yes. Those go. They do. That will do. That will do. Doesn't matter which. I think it's this one. Yes, I'm sure it's fine. Or then again, maybe not. Ah! One of these goes on here. Yes, that's it. You know, as a young boy, I often thought about my life, and honestly, I would never believe that manhandling this much plastic would ever be a part of it. Or if it was, I would believe it was to do with something a bit more fun. Goes in now. Perhaps, ow! Or perhaps it doesn't, perhaps it just wants to hit me. Ah. Well, that's not really incredibly helpful now, is it? Ow! Ah! Seems to be the other one. No wonder the bloody working classes complain so much. Life's filled with these things. First off, this thing goes on it. Okay. With you so far. You know, it'd really help if there was some sort of written word in this instruction manual instead of bloody hieroglyphics. Unless that's supposed to keep that up, I think. Ah, I see. That keeps that up, and then... As a slightly older young boy, I did imagine myself having some fun running pieces of rubber up and down tubular instruments. But not like this. Not like this. No. Yes. Ugh. Again, words, I find, since their invention, have done very well at conveying instruction. Are we sure this place is Swedish? Not some sort of ancient Egyptian cult set to draw blood sacrifice from whacking oneself in the face with a bloody metal pole? I have these two things now. I think I'm supposed to have these two things. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. Just go on the bloody thing. Oh, God. I wasn't aware the Swedish must have had 12 arms. Ugh. Also, ow. Now what the bloody hell are you? Well, hopefully it'll hold together. Well, we do have a slight problem. It's supposed to go in there. And not really anything for it to hold on to. So I'm putting it here. Not actually attached to the wall in any way. Just sort of pop that on there. Okay then, maybe I won't. Yes, that's a totally secure connection that I'm sure won't possibly backfire. There we are. Now if only I had money to buy some cosmetics. I may have miscalculated the necessariness of this item. So there you have it. Not overly impressed with the fine craftsmanship of plastic and metal, but I suppose it'll do for now, perhaps, if it doesn't fall over and possibly kill me whilst I'm getting out of the shower. Also, I do have some rather sad news to relate. Unfortunately, the reason I had been able to update 2 videos a week was because I had only managed to find myself part-time employment. However, it seems the agreement I had with Tarquin, where I work for, you know, a considerable amount of hours each week, but perhaps not as many as some, and he funds the rest of my lifestyle, a mate that he is, you know, he's my chum, he wouldn't let me down like that. However, having directed him to the channel in order for him to see my birthday wishes for him, and then having heard the comments I made about his tea that he bought me for Christmas and the teapot, well, Tarkus and I are having a bit of a rough patch at the moment, and he has decided that he doesn't particularly wish to fund me anymore, so I therefore must take up full-time employment, which is a daunting task, but one that I'm sure someone as educated as myself would certainly have no problem with procuring. It's not like it took 12 job interviews just to get the part-time work after all. The point is that I now have to actually work more hours, which means there will be only 1 update a week for now. However, that is 1 formal update here on YouTube. I am looking into getting some sort of social media thing. I understand that's something the working class do to keep in contact with each other. I personally was raised to believe that one sends a letter if one wants to talk to a person, but there we go, I'm sure I was just old-fashioned in that way. So no, I am looking into getting some sort of social media presence. If you would like to see me on social media, then do let me know. I would love to hear from you. Also, remember to subscribe and like the videos and comments and all that jazz, because I do want to know that people are hearing me out there. It'd be wonderful to hear from you, darlings. Well, I have to go now because I have a lot of jobs to apply to. I wasn't aware of this, but apparently being top of your class when you're privately educated is not as impressive, given that there's only 1 person in the class, and that's you. But yes, I have a lot of jobs to apply to, so I have to go. So, I will see you next weekend. But until then, my friends, remember, Roddy loves you. Oh, everything, get off. Everything's falling apart.